5-second delay. Internet connection's not slowing. No dropped frames. What's going on, Sage? Long time no see. I was having internet issues again, so give me like 2 seconds. I'm back. I missed you too, Sage. I actually missed everybody. It's not even a joke. Yeah, I think I got a stable connection again. Okay. Yeah, the thing that I'm having issues with is that there's a small delay. It's all being stupid. So, boy, do I have a lot to catch up on. What did that say I had as subscribers? You know, that my channel can't make up its mind from time to time. Like, one moment it'll be like, oh, you have 800 or 484 subscribers. Next minute it's 486. Then the next minute it's like 485. And then it goes back to 486, 484. Like, it's teetering between those three. Pick a number, man. Pick a freaking number. But exactly. I didn't even change anything. I changed a little bit. So I actually, ironically enough, had to downgrade my stream because of going from AT&T to Spectrum, which, I'll be 100% honest, I'm still glad I did. I don't miss the connection speeds, but you know what? If it's only like a half rate drop, I don't mind it. I just had to go from like 6,000 kilobits per second, which is what 1080p runs on, to like 4,000, so a little over half, but it's just so that way I don't have like low-end stream if it goes up higher, so... Not even so much an internet issue, but yeah, that makes sense. Also, there's like a 5-second delay, so if I don't answer immediately like usual, that's the reason why. Honestly, I have this set to low latency anyway. I could do ultra low latency, but that would probably that'd probably require a higher kilobit rate than that's actually going to let me. I don't know. I mean, for a 5-second delay, that's actually not terrible. It's not terrible at all. Like, I remember when I had to make it like a 10-second delay and it wasn't as personable, but you know what? For 5 seconds, if you got no problem with it, I don't. Now, I'm going to be covering the obvious in like 2 seconds. Just trying to make sure my internet connection just doesn't take a magic dump out of nowhere. But in all sincerity, I am glad to be back. It is great to be back in my chair and out of that hospital room, so... It's nice. It's nice. Fun short story to tell. I came home the night of working my last shift before I was going to work my actual last shift, and that needed to cut short. So... I came home, dumped my stuff in the living room as per usual, rested the entire day, took my normal day thing. We had to go for a baby appointment. And then I came home and my wife and I are like, yeah, you know, you need to, like, she's still working at this point, by the way. So she needed to stay with the baby. She was staying with my parents because my mom had actually come home and grandma wanted to spend some time with the baby. So I'm home, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sleep before my shift. I think I'm mixing up two stories here, ironically enough, but they both start the same way. How I actually got, like, notice, like, the petechiae and all the little red dots on my skin, that was a fun story in and of itself, that she was still doing her job, and I was like, I had to go do a 12-hour shift, but I had, like, all the blood blisters in my mouth. No, it was 11 to 4, excuse me. That was a fun bit. I just woke up from a 2-hour nap and it was everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I took a dump. Hair? Yeah, it's just my hair. I was like, no way a bruise just showed up again. No, it's my patchy beard. But yeah, so blood blisters in my mouth, little red dots all over my skin. And that's actually how I found it out, was the dots. Because that was like, I always check my arm anyway. And I was like, red dots, whatever. But no, that's actually how it began. So... Showed up to my shift. I was actually able to show my boss for like the very first time I was able to show any one of my supervisors literally how everything happened. I'm like, yeah, look at all these red dots, and it shows up in bruising, and that just means my numbers took a dump. And if you hit the point of blood blisters, that means you're really low. And that's what was happening, and that is still what's happening right now, but thankfully it's not as bad. But then talking about how I actually ended up going to the hospital, this is the funny story. So the wife is with my parents in Gatesville, because Grandma, again, was in Florida, and she came home, and we really wanted to give her, like, oh, hey, you know what, spend some time with my daughter. We're very close in that relationship, so we wanted Grandma time with the baby. Excuse me. So I stay, and I'm like, you know what? Because I know my numbers are taking a dump, I know I got to go to either urgent care or I need to go to the ER. And right now it's not ER, it's not emergency room, it's urgent care. Because in urgent care I can still be an outpatient and we can, you know, talk with a doctor, get an appointment, blah, blah, blah. They can get me some stuff while not admitting me into a hospital. I woke up, and I had to be up at 5, by the way. I woke up at 2 a.m., had to use the restroom, go into the bathroom, do my business, don't need to detail that. I sit back up, I'm really groggy, I look in the toilet to flush, oh, it's all red. Yeah, I definitely peed blood, I'm going to the ER. Like, that entire thought process is exactly verbatim how it went down. It was just like, turn, realization, speak to myself, I'm not going in for my shift. And so I message, and I know I'm a little cavalier about it, but yes, it is an oh wow situation of like, the moment that you see the blood and you're just like, oh. Well, that just basically negated any plan that I had. Well, that's a different color. Oh, it's blood. Yes, basically that. So, yeah, when you hit the peeing blood stage, it now becomes a real risk because it's not just about, obviously, bleeding internally. It's now you're losing blood through a normal process you shouldn't be losing blood. And the last time I had this, it was just the capillaries burst, so we weren't too terribly worried, but I was a bleed risk either way, so that hit fun. But yeah, so immediately and promptly started packing a bag, messaged the wife, messaged my boss, because I was supposed to be at work at 3 hours at that point. I'm like, hey, so the plan was that I was going to finish up my 12-hour shift literally sitting in my car. Literally the safest thing I could have done. And I was even going to take it a step further of I'm not even going to leave my vehicle other than to walk around my vehicle if I need to stretch my legs. Like, I'm not going to do anything that's going to risk my health. And I was going to be in the front of the building anyway, so I was literally going to be in, like, open area. Nobody's going to do anything in broad daylight type situation. So I was literally in the safest shift that I could have worked. And I was planning to finish that out, so I got the last of that paycheck. Nope. I messaged him immediately. Yeah, I'm not coming in. I'm going to the ER because I'm peeing blood. Suffice to say, none of them argued. Suffice to say, they were all like, yeah, go to the ER, bro. It's like, yeah, no. But I packed a bag. My dumbass forgot to pack the Xbox 360 because, quite frankly, it ain't happening. It's funny, I actually contemplated messaging my actual chief to tell him, like, yeah, if I can't reach the sergeants, I'm peeing blood and I'm going to the ER. So 2 o'clock in the morning hits 2:30. I messaged everybody and I messaged my wife, obviously, leading with, "Don't panic. I'm okay." I prefaced it with saying, "Don't panic. I'm going to the ER because I'm peeing blood." She woke up to that text message like half an hour after I sent it to her and found out. But yeah. 9 days later in the hospital. My leg is cramping, my muscle feels achy. I haven't been able to sleep in 2 nights because it feels like my muscle is straining. Yeah. I'm honestly in a very cavalier attitude right now, and I shouldn't be, but like, you saying do not panic will make her ignore. That's exactly what she said too. It's like, I'm going to panic. I woke up to a message saying you peed blood. I'm going to panic. Her words, not mine. That. I mean, quite frankly, I'm in a much better mental position than I was the last time, because the last time I had taken a numbers dump, quite frankly, anytime this happens, it's like you're okay. So this is kind of going into some other topic of conversation, but I'll quickly give you the shorthand of it before I go on that rant. Basically, when it comes to literally any other condition that is more commonplace, like cancer or some kind of disease or some kind of condition that the body can suffer through, you expect your body to get worse. So yeah, it happens, and it's like, oh, you can blame it. You can't really do that with my condition, because it's not that there's an abnormality that you can blame. It's your system is supposed to work one way, and now it's not behaving the way that it should. So again, when it comes to cancer, it's oh, you can blame the cancer. You kind of got to blame your immune system on this one, because it's not doing what it's supposed to do properly. If it was, it wouldn't be attacking your platelets. It just happens. That's literally, there is no solid answer for one person, because ITP can be caused by many different things. But the overall is that your immune system, the platelets, are being attacked by the immune system, the white blood cells, and the reason could be caused by literally a couple of things, but they have different treatments now more than they did. But here's a good shorthand explanation. Back in 2006, not even 2006, that's when I was diagnosed at 14. And then, yeah, pretty much the symptoms are the same. Exact. How do you spell the word? You'd be surprised. Back in 2006 when I was first diagnosed, they basically led with the premise of ITP is this magical thing that appeared out of nowhere, and it's a super rare is their words, not mine. Super rare condition that nobody usually gets. Now we come over 3 years ago, not even counting this time because this time would just be cheating, but 3 years ago when I had my last episode, guess what? Increasingly common. That's a jump from a couple of thousand people maybe at worst to pretty much a good majority of the populace. Now, I won't start this discussion here. That's totally something different. I do truly believe, because I was vaccinated severely as a kid, that my condition is caused because of all the vaccinations. However, it's not just vaccinations that cause it anymore, so it's no longer the excuse, but a excuse. But I know for my condition, and I know what I've been through, I can attest that it's definitely been because of the vaccinations. But that's just me. Yeah, that's a huge jump, exactly. So that's just kind of putting it in shorthand, that should tell you all you need to know about what the whole of ITP is. They renamed it. They renamed it from idiopathic thrombocytic. Oh my God, I actually got it right. Idiopathic thrombocytopenia. Oh, now I got it wrong. Look at me. Give me 2 seconds. This is fun. Idiopathic thrombocytopenia purpura. I can't really say this any easier. Idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura. I can't believe I got it right that time. And now they changed idiopathic, which is the Latin word for we don't know shit, to immune thrombocytopenic purpura, which the rest of it's still the same, and they just replaced the I. Why they did that, I don't know. I don't know. But I guess it's because there's more of a definition in this case. It's no longer we don't know, but rather now we kind of know. My instance has jumped from I went into remission as a teenager. Yeah, idiopathic, Latin word for we don't know. Or we don't know the cause. Oversimplification here. So, yeah, started off at 14. Actually, when I was 14 was when I had the worst case of my physical condition, where it was like bruises popping out of my shoulders. Yeah, that was a fun bit. It looked like someone was shoving a baseball from underneath my skin. So you know how like the Alien chest bursters, when you see the practical effects that they did in Alien, how it's like they take the fake skin and something shoving underneath. Basically that. Basically that. Like blood baseballs shooting out of both of my shoulders. Now, suffice to say, before we got the doctor's opinion, I walked into that hospital and I didn't realize that they apparently grilled my parents for thinking I was abused. I was not abused. Let's be real. But yeah, it was definitely scary the first time we saw it, because how I found it out was pretty much the same way this time. I woke up from my nap. I went in to look at my arms like I usually do because I'm paranoid. I'm like, oh, I am covered in all the petechiae. And then I started getting blood blisters in my mouth shortly thereafter. What had happened during that time in 2006 is that I came home from wrestling on a trampoline. Yeah, how all fun stories start. And I had footprints on my back. And I had bruises on my body. I did not see it until I started changing my shirt. I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, what the... like, suffice to say, my parents freaked out. Suffice to say, I freaked out. Just don't sleep. Honestly, no, I'll be 100% honest. This episode that just occurred a week and a half, this one happened because it was a perfect storm. I just had gotten over like a sickness that caused nausea. I just got over extreme and severe dehydration. I got over a puke session that left my chest cavity sore. My body took a dump of everything in my digestive tract, both front and back end. I don't need to detail that for you. I was suffering in the nutritional area because of that. Then I got sick temporarily for like a day. I was lacking sleep already. My diet was poor, and like, if this didn't happen, I was actually going to be really surprised, and that was after hindsight, so yeah. But you want to know one more fun little fact? First off, why was it on? Okay then. We're going to add in a little text chat right here. Just going to, yes, put that as that. Okay, so, normal platelet range. Whoops. To 450. Okay, so that number that we're seeing right here, I'm going to quickly shrink. That is the normal platelet range of any human being at any time that you're supposed to have. So 150,000 is the low end, but it can be high. And if you go any higher than 450,000, you have a platelet overload, and you probably need to take something to put that down, because if you're overclotting, that could be an issue. So again, low end is supposed to be 150,000. So let's remove that comma for a second so that you can actually get an easier idea. So my platelets, when I arrived, I'll let that one soak in for a few seconds. Oh my God, indeed. And the worst I've ever had at any point, and then the worst I had in 2006. flat 100, by the way, not even 100K. Like, there's no K at the end of that. Whoops. There's no K at the end of that, just 100. Yeah. Fun joyride that I've had my entire life. And, you know, quite frankly, it's always a... yeah, I see that. So, yeah. Story of my life. I wasn't really mentally or physically stressed. I'm actually in a pretty good... I think that the only mental stress that I was having was that maybe I was going to have a couple of extra trips. And, like, there was also one other thing I quickly note, is that my wife was just finishing up her job as my episode began. So I had my shift that everything appeared after my nap. But my wife still needed to work. I got home, I had the blood blisters, I was severely tired, I was having the dehydration and everything, and I'm like, babe, you need to cut it short. You need to come home. I need you here, and I can't. Like, I need you here for the moral support and everything. That was about the only mental stress that I had during the entire time. But honest to God, the perfect thing to increase your stress, ranked. I was actually going to talk about that in a few seconds. I was just trying to give people time to, like, come on and chat. But it looks like you're the only one here for now. So I'll just outright say it. If anybody wants to catch up, they can watch my stream. No, but I'm not doing that. I will only play Overwatch for 2 reasons. Number 1, to just log in and see what Venture looks like, because I haven't done that. But after that, there's only one reason I'm going on. VOD reviews. I'm not touching that game anymore while I'm dealing with this, while I'm dealing with my work, which, by the way, I need to talk about in 2 seconds. But, no, I'm not doing... No. Like, I know the way I play, and then even if I'm at my most calm, there's a chance of, like, increasing my... This was during the days of Mixer. This is how old it was. I had an ITP episode. While I was on Mixer. This was while I was working in Sprint. I had an episode while I was working with Sprint, who is now defunct. I had an instance where I had a very stressful match, and I liked to bet. Like, this was before I actually had an overhaul of my entire personality, where it was like, I need to stop stressing. Banged my hand on the table in my desk, and because I'm at the angle that I'm at, the corner of the desk hit my arm, which, by the way, I haven't even showed you everything yet. But I hit the corner, and then it turned into one gigantic lump. Now, that was when I was not critical, so I was still safe. But I was still lower than normal, so everything was kind of over-exaggerated. So, yeah. I'm in a much better mental state than I was back then. But, yeah, suffice to say, I am not touching Overwatch as far as ranked or even quick play. I'm not... No. On top of that, I still have to get back into work, which now I'm going to actually cover the 2 most important things here. And I might actually... I'm going to make this a recording real quick, because this needs to be uploaded on a video anyway. So, my hospital visit was consisted of 9 days. I am now here. So, let me show you the fruits of the labor of getting stuck by the IV. Let me see if I can... Like, I can't twist my arm any further. Let me, actually, hold on a minute. There's one other thing I can try. Is that the... Yes. Yeah, that's just from the IV. Or actually, this one's not an IV. This one was a needle stick at 4 a.m. This was the IV, and that one actually did a lot of healing considering. In fact, the fact that you could see it clearly is actually a very good sign that my numbers are going up. This one right here, I think was a mist stick at some point, or I actually don't know. Because, like, right here and here I can see the sticks from the needle. This one doesn't have it, so I think... This was the botched one. This is the one that they stuck it in and it kind of poked and prodded up a little bit underneath the skin. A common hospital happening, so not really that bad. You would figure, right? A hammer would have been a lot more justified, but then these are from, like, needle sticks, all the fun stuff. In fact, hold on a minute. Do I have that image here still? Let me... I don't know where my image is, but I had the image where you see me doing, like, the animated image of me holding Soldier 76's gun. I have shorter hair, and it shows me with, like, gloves doing this, and you see the little purple spots on my arm. That's why. Back of my hand. This is fun. So this thankfully looks a lot better, but the red dots that in fact, I can show some photos, really. I don't know why I'm not. But that's also an IV stick right there. These are not sticks, but they are little red dots. In fact, yeah, those red dots that you can see are part of the petechiae that's now fading. I can't show it here as efficiently. I don't know how to... Yeah. I can't show it any further. My camera angles... Yeah, this one right here, actually this would probably be a better way to do it. This one's a little bit better, but this one right here, they had to double stick. Like, this one was actually the newer stick right here, which is ironic because it's a lot lighter on the bottom, as you can see. But up here, this one was a botched stick too, because this one was also kind of poking up. This one was a bad stick when I first got into the ER. Now you're ready for the one that's actually going to probably make you go, wow. It's going to make your jaw drop, I promise. Just so that you know, the entire thing, I don't even care. YouTube can flag me for whatever, because this is medically relevant, by the way. So I had something called Velcade, and Velcade, it's not chemo, or at least the way that they described it said it wasn't chemo, but it's in the chemo line in the way that it behaves, and it's used alongside chemo. So I don't have the hair loss or the degradation of chemo treatment, but it could still have some side effects if you're not careful. So I have Velcade with a needle no bigger than that of an EpiPen. I present to you Bertha. It feels much worse than it looked. No, I'm actually kidding on that one. Bertha, though, I'm going to call her that. But that's, it looks worse than it actually is, because it actually feels good. Every bruise is going to actually feel like there's a lump. Yes, that was again a shot with a needle no bigger than an EpiPen. And I didn't even feel it too, which is ironic. But because I'm an idiot and slept on it, because I needed to get comfortable in my hospital bed, it looks worse than it actually is. But everything is going to be worse than it actually is. Heck, I tightened my daughter's seatbelt. In fact, yeah, you could see it right there. I tightened my daughter's seatbelt literally after getting home. I had to force my arm at a small angle. That right there, that's from it. That's from it. Oh my God. No, it's not. I'll show it again real quick, but it's not burnt. It's basically like just one gigantic bruise-looking thing. That's all it is. But suffice to say, that actually looks good considering. That looks good considering. So this is ITP, ladies and gents. Petechial rash is what they call the little red dots and everything. That's basically the capillaries under your skin bursting. So it's kind of like the very first sign then that you kind of get in warning. But yeah, it's everything that happened in the hospital, and that's everything that it looks like. Which leads me along to number 2. So my streaming schedule, because this is kind of relevant anyway. Exactly. You see? Now I have somebody who actually understands. A lot of people actually wondered what I meant by ITP. That's a blood condition. You could go ahead and Google it. You don't need to Google it now. Also, I can't really show you like any kind of, I don't know if you can see the blood blisters. I can't. I have my camera right here and then my actual camera right here. Fun stuff. But yeah, blood blisters in my mouth are still there. So kind of getting along with my job, because this kind of answers the question too of like what I'm doing now that I'm out of the hospital. So these are the most amazing. Yeah, I figured you couldn't see it. It's too far. I'll see what I can do to get like an image maybe later on, because I might have taken a picture of it. But my bosses are amazing. I love my sergeant very much. He's a very great guy, and I've had amazing people show up in my life, and quite frankly, he's one of them. So they, like when I worked for Sprint, the stress levels were high. And they were high because sales is a competitive market. They're hanging your job by a string almost all the time. It's kind of stupid. I didn't like it. The people were not that bad, but you know, it's like you don't need to threaten my job over it, my livelihood. Still didn't have insurance either way. But then here's the worst part of it. The worst part of it is that now during that time when I had an episode, it was like you had to be in the hospital for a set amount of time. You had to get some outpatient treatments. I had some insurance, some financial trouble. I technically am going to have financial trouble with this stay, but I'm more at peace with it for a number of reasons, which I won't go into because that's my personal life. But it comes into point that now I'm working for a security company. 3 years later, I've changed fundamentally as a person to the point where it's like I've done a major transformation where it's visible and you can see the comparison if you knew me from that time. Like if you saw me then and compared me to now, you'd be like, yeah, there's definite change. And because of that change, I was so mentally prepared and emotionally prepared this time around. And it's not even just about my portion of things. It's a big W for me, but it's also a big W that apparently God put me in the right spot that I needed to be too. Because guess what? I now told my boss 3 hours before my shift, hey, I had to go to the ER. I told him prior, like the night that I first got my symptoms, I'm like, hey, just be aware, I'm going to do my best to continue working because he wants me to work. I want to work. He knows I want to work. We've had very, very, very real conversations that even I'm surprised we've had. And it's like, when we talk with each other, he knows what I want. I'm not bullshitting him. He's telling me what he wants. He's not bullshitting me. We're real with each other. So the fact when I came up to him and I'm like, hey, I might have to go to the hospital, he meets it first with, like, we have the way, humor, we can be humorous with each other, we can make some smart ass remarks with each other from time to time. And the first thing he tells me when I address this to him is, he says, you don't have my permission to bleed. You do not have my permission. If you do, you're fired. And we're looking at each other, having this conversation. I'm a little nervous at first, but I have to remember, yeah, we're basically screwing with each other at this moment. What's going on, Riot? And the only thing, by the way, that I could think of when he said that was that animated short for if Predator had a realistic ending. Those cartoons, like, what was those How It Should Have Ended cartoons. You do not have permission to die. Exactly, I don't have permission to die. The wife will actually resurrect me to kill me again. But, so, this is where it gets funny, though. So, that's the thing that's playing through my mind is, like, you know that scene in Predator where it's like, dude, your arm, you've been shot, you're bleeding. I ain't got time to bleed. Well, tell that to the bleeding bullet hole in your arm. That's the only thing I could think of while he said, you don't have my permission to bleed. That was the only thing going through my head the entire time, and I start laughing, he starts laughing, but like I'm showing him everything and he's seeing it. I'm like, so I just want to be real for a minute, no BS. Like, I may actually have to go to the ER, it can't get that bad, and like I don't want to have to call out. I want to finish my shifts because I know that I'm not going to be in harm's way. But just be aware it's going to be something I may have to do. He's like, I got it. I got you, bro. So I call out the night, 3 hours before my shift. Hey, I'm peeing blood. Make it all the way to the ER. Start messaging who I need to message. They're checking, like him and another sergeant are checking on me actively. Like, hey, bro, how you doing? We want to make sure you're doing okay. I'm like, I'm doing good. I don't know when they can release me. I was suspecting Monday at that time because it was on a Saturday. And lo and behold, they're working with me. And this again goes back into what I was just mentioning, like God put me at the right job at the right time with the right people, because they're not threatening my job on a string. They're not like, oh, you need to get back as soon as possible. Like, yes, there's emphasis like, hey, we want to put you back as soon as you can. Like, there's that emphasis to try and push me, but not threaten me with my job so much as encourage me to come back and, you know, push. They're all mostly former military, so it's the military mindset of like, you know, push past your best. You've got what it takes, and we want to help you do that. So, like, again, extremely good people with extremely good heart. Even if, like, you could look at the guy and probably see something different that I don't see, but let me tell you, I could defend that guy like he's a very genuine individual, and he's not just a boss, he's a literal leader. And this is coming from a guy who survived 4 Black Hawk crashes. He looks after his fellow dude. Like, he ain't messing around. So when I was in the hospital for a few days, they're like, don't worry about rushing back. Get better. We'll talk when you get out. Like, we got work for you. Don't worry about that. Just get better. Take the treatment. Let us know when you're coming back. And then even funnier is that apparently the sergeant mentioned, like, midway through, he's like, what's your hospital room number? Because the chiefs, who are, by the way, a husband-wife duo, running the security company, they may want to send you flowers to your room. I never got flowers, but the fact that he mentioned it means that they definitely talked about it. I felt great. Because now that means that not only do I have the attention of my sergeants, I have the attention of my chiefs. And I don't talk with my chiefs often because they handle the background logistics. But I had a conversation with them. And the chief is a very nice dude. His wife is a very nice lady. I love my bosses. They love me. As far as I know, I haven't caused them any grief, and I hope that I continue to stay in good graces with them, and I hope that I don't screw something up down the line. But you know what? I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on improving as a security officer, working through that, and getting through this so that I can get back into what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm plugging them. I'm plugging them. I love them. I love them very deeply, and you know what? They got me covered, so that's kind of like the best news. But as far as my jobs, this goes one more step further. So my boss mentions that, you know, we got some new jobs, so we want to put you back on, like, you know, as soon as you can. I got a doctor's note to say, because I'm certified by the state of Texas to work both level 2 security and level 3, the difference is unarmed versus armed. So when you're armed, you have the body armor, you have the gear, you have your belt, you have your gun, your handgun. YouTube's probably going to knock me for that one, just mentioning the word. Your pew-pew. And, yeah, I probably got to figure out a way to censor that word. I don't care. I'm not making money yet. So the point is, I'm certified by the state of Texas for level 3. So I'm also certified for level 2. Level 2's unarmed security guards, yes, you can technically get physical, like you have the capability of hand-to-hand. But here's the ordeal. This company's not stupid. And my boss is not stupid. There are laws that we have to follow. And as level 2 security, you're actually encouraged not to take action. Why? Because it's stupid. You're in a uniform. You're not armed with literally anything. Unarmed means unarmed. You don't even have pepper spray to defend yourself. So he's not going to even put me in a position where I'd have to get physical, which means that I can technically still work as a security guard as level 2. I just need to avoid high traffic areas because technically as level 2 you can still work in some areas that have lots of people. Which would be fine. But here's the funny bit. I didn't even realize it was an option, but as I'm messaging them like, hey, I'm coming out, I did not realize that there was apparently an office job. Yeah. I'm here thinking I gotta work the field. They found me an office job at the main office, which is, by the way, funny enough, across the street from the ER, so if I run into a problem, hey, I'm going to the ER across the street. But this is a funny bit. They put me in the office position and I'm watching cameras. For the building! I didn't even know that was a thing. Bro, sign me up for more of that, sure. I'll be a hybrid, absolutely. I'll work whatever you want me to work as long as I can do it. But the doctor's note says no level 3 work because that would require me to get physical by law. But hey, it's honestly perfect. Oh, hi, Ninja Fox. But yeah, you joined in at the right time. I'm going to finish the recording right now. For those who are watching the recording, I'll catch you next stream. Did it just restart the... It just restarted the recording. Accidental double click. I am so glad to be doing better myself, too. Honestly, it's a bit of a relief. I know it's random, but have you seen the... Donald Mustard, the Aaron Keller of Fort... Oh, Aaron Keller's gone? Hold on a minute. Can you type that out again and make sure that it's correct before you send it? Because now you got me. No. Well, anyway, if you're still here, Ninja, allow me to present to you. Can't show this one. Dang it. I can't show it. I can't show it. Pit stains? What the heck? Oh my god, I have pit stains. Is it really that warm in the room? I did not plug in my fan. Give me like 2 seconds. I love sweating in my oven of a room. One of my favorite purchases of all time. All right. So that should get enough air circulation. Okay. Yeah, ITP. 300 bandits using only a broomstick and a single pencil. It's true. It's true. Okay, so Donald. So Donald Mustard is the guy who leaded the Fortnite team. Interviewed about how in recent days he left. Okay. So it's trust. Trust me, bro. I'm John Wick, and I just didn't know it. Okay. So for the Donald Mustard thing, John Mustard. Now you got me talking about John Wick and Donald Mustard. I didn't know about that dude. I don't follow Fortnite, so I actually had no idea that he was the guy who led Fortnite, but led the story in live events and. Oh, if he was the creator, well, not creator, but the creative mind behind. That probably would explain a lot. Actually, no, that would make a lot of sense. Because a lot of Fortnite stuff is right now on a repeat where they were trying to do real, like, seasons and everything. So that would make sense. Yeah, that's a huge loss indeed, actually. I'm not interested in Fortnite too much, but I know that I'm not playing any competitive game. In fact, Riot and Ninja, if you're still here, kind of like one of the big things to mention is that I'm not going to do any competitive shooting. I'm not going to do any Overwatch unless it's a VOD review. So tonight, so that I don't just need to talk, I could actually play something. I'm going to play a little. I've been craving to play a lot of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So let me quickly do myself a favor, because I actually haven't been in Overwatch for a little bit either. Let me go to VOD review here. So if I do, yeah, I could do the patch notes by all means. Absolutely, that would actually be a. Yeah, let me put my opinion here because I haven't actually touched the game even before season 10. Like I've been out for 9 days, so whenever they did the patch notes, this would be kind of a good thing to review real quick. In queue. Okay then. So first things first, I'm just going to cover it. The Mirror Watch is about the coolest thing that I've seen them put in here. I actually do like this. The concept is cool. I like it. However, there is an influx of a lot of alternate universe and multiversal ideas that keep coming out, and quite frankly, the idea and the concept of the storytelling niche are getting a little overdone. But you can still do it right. It's just now becoming a lot more narrow of a passageway to kind of get it right. So Let me see. That's the news. Oh, wait. It's a nice... I'm an idiot. All right. So, limited time Clash trial. A couple of things I saw, too. Let me just make sure... Huh. I mean, I know I'm going a little slow here. I can't really go any faster. It's going to let me... No. Oh, okay. Here we go. New... No. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start from the top. We're going to go through it all, give my thoughts on it, because a lot has changed anyway, so may as well. Okay, so Clash Trial. I'm not going to bother reading everything verbatim, but Clash is the core game mode they want to bring in here. Go back and forth between 5 capture points. One of my biggest peeves for this new game mode that they were doing was, oh, there's 5 total objectives and you need to kind of capture all 5. Now, when they explained it, it sounded like the Team Fortress 2, where it's like you're dragging the cart and you have to go all the way to one end, or you can get one end and then go all the way back. It sounded like it was going to be like this gigantic tug of war that would lead to 30, 40, 50, maybe even an hour-long match if they were not careful. But by the sound of it, it's actually like King of the Hill, but you go back and forth, and it doesn't matter if you go all the way or if you go halfway and back and forth and just go there, the first 1 to 5. It's first to 5. Okay, that's a lot better. So now we take a potential hour-long match and make it like a 15, 20-minute match like normal. I'm okay with that. So how Clash is played, I'm going to use my glasses on this. 5 total objective points placed in a linear pattern across a mirrored map. The only map that I think that they put right now is Hanaoka, which does have a lot of Hanamura vibes, so I'll give it that. It does look beautiful, and I miss it. Only 1 objective is active at a time. Matches start at the center objective. Duh. Players capture an objective by standing on it and filling a progress bar, and capture progress cannot be made if any players are contesting the objective. And when a team captures the current objective, they are rewarded 1 point toward their total score, and a new objective moving forward from the scoring team side is activated. And objectives can be secured multiple times, and if a team is pushed off an objective and the other team successfully captures it, the next active capture point will be in the opposite direction. So again, this was like it could potentially lead to an hour if they made it one straight way, and then you could go back and forth like a tug of war. That was like honestly a bad idea in the beginning. Let me quickly catch up on this. So Echo's good with Mirror Watch. I actually haven't seen anything changed on that. I haven't seen the game mode, but it would be good. Winston became one of the bad monkeys. Winston. Makes sense. Feels like Overwatch, not gonna lie. Needs 6v6. Agreed. Team Fortress 2, but not really. Thought he would really like that. Or I would really like that. Hanoka's very pretty. Toronto maps. Jane and Finch. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, Toronto map would actually be kind of nice. I thought they were planning on another map too. It's like Winton. I'll check the battle pass afterward. We're going to kind of power through this. So win conditions. Complete one of the conditions to win the match. The team has successfully captured 5 objectives throughout the match to reach a total of score 5. Or regardless of the score, the team manages to take the final objective A or E on the opponent's side. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Hanaoka, we already talked about that. Mythic Hero Skin updates. So now they included in the Mythic shop, exchange for Mythic Prisms. Mythic Hero Skins are unlocked for 50 prisms, and the customizations can be 10 Mythic Prisms per level. You can unlock the skin, all available customizations for Hero Skins for 80 prisms. I'd have to look at that verbatim, but it sounds expensive. Which I get it, they're Mythic skins, let's be honest. But Mythic Prisms can be earned through the Battle Pass. You can earn a total of 80 when you complete the premium. So you can get 1 per premium Battle Pass, and if they release 1 every... Oh my god, that is one way of doing it. Earning in the easiest way. Okay, so you can purchase them, and I haven't looked at the prices, so I won't make a judgment on that. General updates to challenges. So, completing weekly challenge milestones will now reward additional Battle Pass XP. Overwatch coins that were earned in weekly challenges are now earned in the Battle Pass for all players. Reduce the number of weekly challenges. It's pretty good. Endorsement changes. Players who are actioned for disruptive behavior and reduced to endorsement level 0 cannot use text or voice chat features until they return to the endorsement level 1. That seems fair. Seems fair. Hide my name. Social options right there. Updated option in Streamer Protect. Find your social options. You're able to hide your battle tag from other players in your group, from your friends in the match as well. When enabled, anywhere your battle tag is displayed to players during the match now displays a random anonymized battle tag instead of the only player with the hide my name settings visibility enabled. Basically, it's a better streamer mode. It's basically a better version of streamer mode. Honestly, if you're not looking to troll anybody, which more times than not as a normal player you probably shouldn't be, it won't be an issue. Let them. Progression badges, sub-badges that awards for Venture. Rewards can be found in hero challenges. Okay, so yeah. Lever penalties. About the dumbest thing that they keep doing is increasing the penalty suspension for quick play and then patting themselves on the back, talking about how they got the numbers they're looking for. This is about the one thing that's frustrating me. You're creating a false statistic to pat yourself on the back and give yourselves a reward for a job well done on something that was inevitably going to... Oh, we decreased the amount of levers. Yeah, because the thread is not playing for a couple of days. Like, of course nobody's going to leave. You literally made it a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, where now nobody wants to play your game at the risk of potentially leaving or being disconnected. So your results are, like, again, false statistics. So now for unranked penalties have been added. Leaving 2 out of 20 games will result in 5-minute suspension. 10 or more out of the 20 will result in a 48-hour suspension. Bro, like, come on now. Like, it's a little bit better, but it's still too much. Quick play should never have anything of a 48-hour suspension for anything. That is your casual game mode, alongside arcade. Come on now. Developer... Okay, so for the competitive play, it makes sense. Because now people are trying to play it more seriously. So disrupting a competitive game makes a little bit more sense. However, there's still a crowd of people that might accidentally get kicked. There needs to be an appeal system for this, is what I'm thinking. But how do you necessarily appeal it that nobody can abuse it? So leaving 10 games will result in a season ban. That's good. I agree with that. A season-long ban is not a bad thing for competitive. So that makes sense. And 10 games in a row? It's actually pretty fair. I would have personally said 5, but, you know, different excuses, and I don't want to be too harsh on that. Players who get banned from competitive play as few as 5 games if they leave very consistently and don't compete in enough games to get back into good standing. Games completed in competitive play now count toward the 20-game window of unranked. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. I kind of don't want to play their game anymore just because of that. Like, that alone kind of makes me depressed enough where I don't want to touch it anymore. Competitive updates. Competitive role-specific titles. End-of-season titles for competitive role queue now include the role the rank was achieved in. Examples include Champion Tank, Champion Support, Champion Damage, and Open Queue Champion. Yeah, it makes sense. It's just becoming frustrating. Like, if I'm going to walk on that thin of a wire, why the hell am I going to walk in the first place? Like, I don't want to stop playing it, and I'm going to play it for fun, but I might just not even care about ranked anymore at this point. I'll improve, and I'll play ranked for fun, but, like, holy crap. You make me want to put the game down. But that's just... If they keep pushing their cards, eventually that's what they're going to do their entire player base anyway. Competitive progress. Each role rank card now displays associated competitive role specific title. Role rank cards can now be selected in match history of selected role. Match history now displays map, game mode, heroes, role, date, score, results of the match, and match history cannot be selected to open the game report for a match. That's good. Grouping restrictions. So this one was fun for narrow and wide. I'm not going to read the whole thing verbatim, but the way I understand it is that it made queue times atrocious, and they think they fixed it, and they said it helped a majority of the player base, but then proceeded to not really give any indication as to whether or not that's the case. I'm not going to say that they're lying at every turn. They have no reason to lie all the time. Only when it benefits them. And it would benefit them to say, like, I wouldn't even doubt that in the lower ranks didn't have as much issues as the high ranks, but, like, holy crap. Very terrible release for the high-ranked players. We're not going to worry about rank information here. Golden weapons can now be purchased with either legacy. That's stupid, though, because we don't get legacy competitive points. What happens if we have a combination of both? Like, what the heck? Yeah, most streamers, 15-minute queues is making sense. Alright, so we have hero updates for Venture. Was added to the lineup. Venture is immediately available. That was, like, the biggest mistake. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand hype around the hero and all this entire thing, but, like... Okay, let me be real here for, like, 2 seconds. This was a problem back when I was playing the game in 2016, 2017. To have a new hero enter the competitive lineup, there is only one inevitable thing that's going to happen. Everybody's going to jump on the new hero. Everybody's going to want to play them. If they are available to play, they are going to be played. But here's the problem. The hero was only out for like 72 hours or a couple of days, not even, prior. That is not enough time to get on a hero to play them logistically at a good enough rate to benefit your team. At all. Especially since that time, everybody was trying to nab Adventure when they could. So guess what happens? Nobody can touch her. Nobody can play her. And everybody is just trying to gang up on one hero. And guess what? One player out of the 6, or 5 in this case, are now not able to play the one hero that's going to matter when it actually comes to full release. So now your matches are just going to suffer because now you put the new hero available in competitive play. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. Nobody knows how to play the hero. Why are you going to put him in the competitive mode where you're playing to win? Even if it's not super serial, top competitive, like money on the line, serious, like you do understand that this creates a very toxic environment, right? It's brain damage mentality. Venture should not have been included. Sorry, but it's facts. I would be okay with a 1-week suspension of the hero from competitive play so that it's like, hey, you don't have to wait a full 2 weeks. It's half the amount of time, but nothing less. Anything less than a week is asinine. Sorry, but not sorry. It is either 1 or 2 weeks. Never release them immediately. Because now you're just going to have everybody, like, now you just need to avoid competitive for, like, the next 3 weeks because you're going to have everybody trying to figure out the combinations. And your matches, although creative and might be fun from time to time, that also varies on the person playing whether or not they want to play Venture. I don't, so that would never be an issue. But I don't know how to play with alongside that hero. I play Soldier, I play Hanzo, I play Ashe, I play Widow, I play Tracer. Guess what? I don't know how to duo with Venture. I guess we're just going to lose our matches or we're going to get lucky. I don't want to rely on luck. Sorry, but not sorry. Doomfist. Empowered Punch is no longer considered. Okay. Now I had to read that. Nah. She does look like a fun hero. I can't even lie about that. So this is moving on to the balance patches for the tank category. So Doomfist, I had to read that a second. I was like, I don't understand what they mean. But basically the wind-up for your powered punch no longer gets consumed if you use Seismic Slam or Power Block, so you could get immediately into that. Yeah, that's like a quality of life right there for Doomfist. It's going to make him more annoying to play. I'll tell you that right now. Play against, excuse me. Carnage for Junker Queen. Impact damage increased to 105. That brought her in line to back to levels that needed a good quality of life update for her as well. Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. Knockdown duration increased to 3 seconds, so a 0.25 second increase. It might feel a little bit longer, but it's not that bad. It's actually a good increase. Shockwave range increased by 5 meters. He needed something. I'm sorry, but he needed something. He's not too annoying to play against. He's actually very fun to play against from time to time. When you get a good Rhine, it's annoying, but when you get a bad Rhine, it's target practice, so throw him a bone. He needed it. Sigma. He doesn't need a bone. He does not need a bone. Increase the movement speed of his barrier to 20 meters per second. Why did he need this? I'll never know. But he does not need help. If anything, he needs more quality of life nerfs. Because he is way overtuned. And if we go back to 6v6 eventually, which I'm sure we will, he's still going to be overtuned. They need to nerf the absolute hell out of him. Wrecking Ball did not need any of his changes. Sorry, but this guy is now way too much. So, Grappling Claw. Hold the jump put while Grappling Claw is attached to retract it, pulling yourself towards the anchor point. It's like so dumb. So dumb. Why did you need that? He's like one of the best mobile tanks in the entire game. Getting anywhere is not difficult once you know how to use him. Has a 1 second cooldown if Wrecking Ball never reaches ramming speed before canceling the ability. Interrupting him with hack, hinder, and stuns will still trigger the full cooldown. And the maximum duration timer no longer triggers unless he reaches ramming speed. Quality of life changes that I don't disagree with 100%, but like, again, I didn't think he needed the grappling hook. Wait until you run into the ball mains who have been drooling over this change for a long time to be able to literally use a broken Wrecking Ball. He's been in a bad spot, kind of similar to Rhine, where, yeah, he wasn't terrible, but he's annoying to deal with, and he's very annoying to play against. He's not been good to play against him for a long time. I'm sorry. I will not at all say a single positive thing about going up against him. He has too many get-out-of-jail-free cards, for my opinion, and he's very player-specific. Like, if you run Wrecking Ball, I'm immediately just going either McCree or Reaper or someone with a hinder ability because he just needs to get shut down and then you win. That's it. That's it. Adaptive Shield, I'm not even going to read that. It doesn't deserve enough attention. It's stupid. Minefield health increase from each mine to 60. That's kind of stupid, quite frankly, but whatever. Sombra. So this is the damage category. They were the only 2 heroes to receive anything aside from Venture. Yep, there we are. So, Virus, damage over time decreased to 90 from 100. Kind of good. Makes her a little bit weaker. Anything against Sombra, I don't think she's overtuned, but I think that when you run into people who know how to play her, she can be very oppressive, and that's kind of like bad gameplay design. Yeah, exactly. You play McCree, though. McCree is not per se a hard counter, but his hinder stops momentum. And if you have a team coordinated enough to capitalize on that hinder, he's useless. So, whatever. We'll cover that another time. Tracer. Recall increased from 12 to 13 seconds. A 1 second increase is not a make or break for her. I'm sorry. I don't know what they thought here. Projectile size decrease for Pulse Bomb. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they nerfed her as much as they think they nerfed her because she doesn't seem like it was that much of a hindrance. I do kind of miss one of the old Sombra. Like, reworking her as many times as they did, they probably just needed to stop at where she was in the previous game. But here's the thing. When you know how to counter Sombra, her assassinations fall to the floor. So, make it a living point while you're playing this game that if Sombra exists, you're just going to live to counter her. I promise you'll have a much more fun time. That's just a thought. Alright, so for Venture, Drill Dash impact damage decreased to 40, and damage over time increased to 60, redistributing the damage of that ability. Clobber, I think, isn't that her melee? I think it's her melee. I think that's her melee. But impact damage decreased to 30 and her damage over time to 40. So again, redistributing the damage. Tectonic Shock, her ultimate, her vertical knockback is decreased by 30%. It's actually pretty good. I saw her launching people in the air, so that would kind of help. Okay, so I was right. Clobber is melee. Yeah, I'm not there. Alright, and lastly, the support. I think it was just Alari, Lucio, Lifeweaver, Moira. Okay. So 4 more heroes. What's going on, Tim? Glad you could join. Okay, so for Alari, they just did her solar rifle. Oh my god. Primary fire recovery increased to 2.25. Or 0.25, excuse me. So they made it a little bit slower. And then her heal rate went up by 10 points. Yeah, that helps her. I don't see a problem with it. She needed the help. Lucio, Sonic Amplifier projectile decreased, or damage per projectile decreased to 18, so reduced damage, that's good. With the amount of mobility he has and all the damage, it's actually pretty good. Damage increased from Soundwave by 10 points. Lifeweaver, Rejuvenating Dash, heal from 50 to 60, so it's going to make him more annoying to deal with. I guess that just brought him up with the levels of health increase. And Pulse Healing from Tree of Life increased to 90. That kind of just made up for the health increase, too. I mean, anytime you buff Lifeweaver, the game's going to get objectively worse. Because he's a very badly kitted character, but... yeah, I'll talk about that another time. Lastly, Moira, Biotic Grasp, her damage is decreased by 5, and her healing is increased by 5. Or Coalescence is increased by 5, excuse me. Her heal per second increased by 5. I don't know why they did that. I'll be honest, I don't think she needed it. I don't think she needed it. Bug fixes. Let's see. For general bug fixes, Hero Gauntlet fixed a bug that could cause more AI teammates. Oh, okay. That could cause more AI teammates than intended. Got it. Fixed a bug with Wall Climb that would allow heroes with passive to climb indefinitely. Fixed a bug with Diamond Masters and Grandmaster players not playing any effects when entering the top 500. Fixed a bug with duplicate entries in the leaderboard, and fixed a missing flash notification in the taskbar. Not important. Maps, fixed in a previous update, resolved an issue where the jump pads would become deactivated. Oh. I saw that bug. That was actually kind of funny. Paricio and Circuit Royale. So Circuit Royale fixed an issue with the payload tires, launching players unexpectedly. God, I would have loved to see that. Paricio fixed an area near the second point where the payload dock would negatively impact Earth Shatter and Tectonic Shock's ability to hit larger heroes. Yeah, that helped. Hero bug fixes for Echo, duplicate that would prevent death from being counted if it was used as Echo falls off the mat. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Doomfist fixed an interaction with May's ice wall that it would allow to get under the map, and fixed a bug with power blocks sounds triggering even if he was not blocking damage. Alari fixed an issue with Captive Sun affecting targets through floors and ceilings. Okay, so that was unintentional. Junkrat fixed a bug with Riptire receiving self-healing passive. Huh? Lifeweaver fixed a bug where some untargetable heroes could be healed by Tree of Life. I think that had to go hand in hand with the Riptire. Mauga fixed an interaction with Overrun and Brigitte's Shield Bash that resulted in Mauga being knocked down with Overrun active. Yeah, he's supposed to be truly unstoppable, so yeah. Mercy fixed a bug with Caduceus Staff. I still don't know how to pronounce that word. Caduceus Staff? I don't know. Not opening up with Parasol, Emote, and Pose. Oh, okay. It's with the emote and pose, okay. Venture fixed a bug that would prevent Joel Dash from activating while underground if the input was pressed while falling through the air and Burrow was active. By the way, one of the funniest things to do with Venture is just seeing her animation where she's literally straight down and she's bouncing up and down, so it looks like she's just trying to go through the ground and then coming back up each time, and that's actually a hilarious bug. Drill Dash can deal damage multiple times with the initial impact and instantly kill targets or knock them back exceedingly far. Certain bug where heroes are being pushed back even if they escape from Drill Dash. Fix the bug where Venture would sometimes launch very far off a ledge. Fix the bug attempting to emerge during Borrow near ledges would sometimes end the ability prematurely. Third person camera would snap back to first person if you were in the air. And fix the bug where UI prompts for emerging Drill Dash were not visible during Borrow. And fix the bug that would allow players to prevent football audio. Huh. Well, if there was a patch, it didn't show. That was the patch notes. So I'm going to quickly have a look at Venture because I haven't had a chance to look at the hero since their release. So my fingers don't get sweaty. Do they have to really choose like the goofiest picture for her? Makes no sense to me. Venture bugs are pretty. Like, what is which one's the Borrow? Elt? I think it's LB. Yeah, that animation is hilarious.
Gotcha. Oof. Mala suerte.
Yeah, I can see this. 3 piece is not that bad. For 8 shots is not bad. Hold on. I can see these combos. Wow.
Really drilled it in, huh?
That's a 3-piece combo right there. Oh my god. Bro. And that's a 200 HP target, by the way. Hold on a minute.
Old news.
Yeah, let's get Reaper over here for like a second. I tried to save myself on that one. Okay, ready? Melee, shot, drop. Okay, 4 shots. That's for Reaper. He's a little bit above average on the health. So.
I won't either.
All right, let's see what the ultimate. I don't know if they changed anything.
Excavation initiation. Double.
3-piece. That's actually pretty good. I think the damage numbers are actually pretty balanced. Why there's a 40 shield increase just is beyond me, quite frankly. But again, my favorite animation, if I can... Oh no! I didn't intend to do that! Recharge! Recharge! She can really just take high ground like that. This is like my favorite thing, by the way. I'll get maximum air for this before I do it. Like that animation just makes me laugh.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, she looks like a very fun hero to play, so I can't even complain. But again, I think she's just like a projectile version of Reaper, truth be told. Like, she's very close quarters and in-your-face, brawly type thing, so... does she have oh, she does, yeah. She honestly has the goofiest face. She really does. Up to 325? Really? Wait.
Coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping the heat on.
Oh, it does. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize she could go that. Silly little excavator. But Hanzo, unfortunately,
is all I have.
still can't one-shot.
dragon rages within me.
Oh well, that's pretty much it for everything there, but Venture does look like a quite fun hero, and I honestly think... Good hero design, good kit, I can't complain. I think the balancing was a little bit stupid, but that'll come with time. And it's not completely her fault anyway, but whatever. And that's pretty much the recording right there. Yeah, let me look at the sprays, actually. Alexandria, Babylon, Giza, Olympia. I like how her theme is just those guys. At least she's got a sitting emote. What else she gonna do? So can I just mention my favorite point about this? Her literal emote here is Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone. That had to be like the funniest meme that I've seen so far. But... okay. Just wasn't expecting that. And then Rosetta Stone again. Pet Rock. These are the chains. Yeah, that's nothing new. Pineapple Pizza.
I can dig that. History doesn't repeat. It rhymes.
Huh. It's actually a good perspective to have on history. I'm not even gonna lie.
If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
Baroque.
Lucky find.
I can see everybody using that.
Abra I'm sort of making this up as I go. Nito. Hablando de Roma. Tastes like dirt.
Yeah, she eats rocks.
Ooh, what's that over there?
Exactly! They're making so many characters with edge, it's not even funny.
X marks the spot. This stinks. I can dig.
Kudos to the voice actress, quite honestly. I'll give her that. Ah, the pixelated one. You should only... Kiriko shouldn't even be edgy! Kiriko, yeah, she's kind of edgy. But no, like, Kiriko is like Edgelord 3000, like angsty teenage edge that you could just look at and it crests the toes. I'm not saying you can't make edgy characters, but her edginess is not actual edginess to the point of actual, like... You look at it and you see a superficial edginess to Kiriko that I personally don't like because it's basically... She's about as thick as a piece of paper underwater. She's as deep of a character as water barely cresting my toes. The puddle in my driveway. In a heat wave in the middle of Texas. That's deep. Like, honestly, everything about Kiriko is talking about... This is, like, one of the voice lines that pissed me off about her. I think it's, like, literally any of the maps, as far as I know, but one of the things that pisses me off about one of her voice lines is that you begin the match, she'll pop in, and everyone gets, like, a voice line that's not in combo with anyone else, and hers is, be on the lookout. They might try something. We're here to capture the objective. like, we're kind of already aware that they're trying something. That's kind of why we're... What could they be planning that we wouldn't expect? They're going to go home and make hot chocolate, invite us over, have a nice little hot drink, tell some war stories. Yes, they're going to try something. We're capturing the objective, you complete and utter edgelord of a teenage angst from, like, 90s, like, Hillary Duff levels worth of angst. I don't lose. That's another thing about her. It's so hilarious. The age doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I'll have a look at the battle pass in like 2 more seconds, too. Well, the jade weapon actually looks pretty good. I can give it that. Gold weapon doesn't look too terrible. Let's go to the battle pass. Ooh, I like the lookout.
Our finger.
Wow, where has this been our entire life? This is Rosetta Stone? Yeah. Winton. Okay, I might have to actually play for this one right here.
Yeah, I got your back. If you.
Junker Symmetra. Swagger.
This stinks. This stinks.
I'll give it the voice actress. She's very quirky.
Dra åt skogen. Dra
Oh,
åt
get lost. Yeah, not a terrible skin. Ha! Maybe with a fist bump, really. Junker Genji? I can see it. Overwatch Sombra. That actually looks pretty good. Strike Commander Doomfist. But what about Soldier? Okay. No.
There are no secrets between us, right?
Huh. Souvenir. Talon Brigitte. And then obviously level 80 is going to be Widowmaker right there.
どこへ行こうとも
Are you finished?
Alrighty then. Only other thing to quickly check on. No, not there. Where is it? Doesn't look like they're going to tell me. Okay. Yeah, if they... I'll be 100% honest, quite frankly, that if they didn't put the information here, then I wasn't going to touch it. Random map. complete standard match objectives, so there's no changes there, but they're talking about new abilities, so... Oh, so they did post about it. That'd be worth a quick check. Oh, here we go. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay, good. Strike Commander, Doomfist, I'll just call him that because I don't know how to read that name. Ogundimu? Yeah. Hand Cannon, short range weapon with spread, pretty similar. Rocket Punch, hold charge, then release to launch forward or knock an enemy back. Damage increases if the enemy hits a wall. Seismic Slams, leap and smash the ground, gain overhealth to self and nearby allies when leaping. Power Block, project a shield that protects or blocks frontal attacks, blocking heavy damage and powers Rocket Punch. Meteor Strike, press Q to leap in the air, move the targeting circle, then press left mouse button to strike targeted area and grant allies overhealth. So it's a reverse Meteor Strike. Reinhardt, devastating melee weapon, updated barrier field, holds secondary fire to deploy a frontal energy barrier that increases the damage of allied projectiles. Ooh. Sounds pretty fun, actually. A narrow earth shatter. I like that. I like that entire thing of his. Oh my god, this is going to be a long read, isn't it? Well, while I'm doing that, I may as well get started on the game that I wanted to play for the evening. It's stupid. I gotta give my voice a chance to rest anyway, so... Okay, so Particle Cannon fires short-range linear beam. Ooh. Turn that volume down for a little bit. Particle Barrier. Damage blocked by barrier increases damage charge, barriers knockback, and damage enemies upon expiring. Damage blocked by barriers increase particle damage barrier, knockback to damage enemies on that. Expulsion zone. I like that. Guishin Bastion, I like that. Wow, Bastion taking the heap on that one. Okay, so this is the Echo one that you were telling me before. Tri-shot already done. Sticky bombs. Fire volley of homing sticky. Homing sticky bombs. You know what's funny is that Saimito actually released a video talking about how busted that ability would be with a damage hero having homing abilities that you can't dodge, and that's literally what they did here. Granted, everybody's getting changed overhaul like you wouldn't believe, so... fly forward quickly, then free fly briefly, damages and knockbacks enemies. Wow. Okay, so she just became ultra super busted because now she could hack teammates. Dang. Inflict enemy with projectile that deals damage over time and decreases the damage dealt. Virus damages hacked enemies at a faster rate. Stealth when out of combat become invisible. Grant health and increased attack speed to yourself and nearby allies for antivirus. Pulse pistols for Tracer, Talon Tracer. Teleport in the direction you're moving. Take damage to teleport additional times. Oh. Wow. Wow. Tracer becoming an actual problem. Widow's Kiss for Widowmaker. Highlight weak points on enemies. What? How is that updated? Long range rifle that heals enemies and damages enemies instantaneously. Can headshot. Woohoo! Giving Anna a double jump is the smartest thing they've done out of that entire kit. I'm just reading it for myself. I'm sorry if I'm being quiet, but... Oh. Hey. Slinger. Just wanted to make sure I didn't read that wrong. What's going on, Slinger? Rocket Flail for Talon Brigida. Melee with extended range. Repair Pack heals ally and grants them lifesteal. Whip Shot, launch your flail forward to pull an enemy closer. Ooh. Hold secondary fire to deploy frontal energy barrier, block damage to empower shield bash. Available when barrier shield is deployed, dash forward to knock back enemy. When empowered, sets enemies on fire. Ooh. Mercy, hold fire to heal an ally, secondary fire to increase an ally's damage inflicted and deal damage to nearby enemies over time. Well, alrighty then. Primary fire, energy projectile weapon, secondary fire, all that. Orb of Harmony. So, send out to heal him, deal damage to increase healing. Orb of Discord, launch this orb at an enemy to increase the damage they take and deal additional damage over time. Bro. That right there is just busted. Tell me I dropped a bunch of frames while I wasn't looking. Yeah, that right there is going to be a problem. The Zenyatta one. Right here. Create a field that prevents enemies from using abilities. Wow. Embrace Mirror Watch. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I got to turn the master volume back up in like a bit. I intentionally did that music volume so that I can. Turning the master volume down for a bit. Oh, my leg. It's doing it again! I need like a few seconds anyway to walk, but give me like 2 seconds and I'll be right back and we can resume any conversation we're having. So I made a very bad mistake while I was in the hospital and decided, you know what, I'm not going to walk around. Now I'm regretting it because the pain is shooting up the back of my thigh. And no matter what I do to try and stretch it, it just gets worse, and I haven't been able to sleep straight through the night because of it. It's like going up and down my leg, and it alternates between on and off. All right. Okay, good. So before I do anything else, it hurts. It hurts. It doesn't actually hurt, but we're gonna do one thing. So I saw this, and I'm actually genuinely curious about what it's gonna cover. So I've been always trying. Yeah, I was just explaining my leg if I didn't already get there. Make sure that you're live, by the way, because sometimes it pushes me back to like 3 minutes ago in stream. Okay, so here's the ordeal. So I've always wanted to make a character, and what I'm always trying to do is like something pretty straightforward. But anytime I do my character, I get sidetracked and always make him something that he's not supposed to, or he becomes one-sided. Now, I've played and beaten the game numerous times over. I've beaten all guilds in this game, so I've done thieves, assassins, mages, fighters guilds. I've done the main quest. I've done every side quest as far as I know. I actually have to look that up in Google and make sure in a prior, like I have to look through them and see what sounds familiar, but let's adjust everything. So difficulty, we're gonna make it easy. Guess that's about 50%. Okay. We're gonna make the difficulty 20. No, we'll do it 30. The difficulty is going to be 30%. I was looking through the settings. So anyway, this is the character planner. I've been wanting to make my character somewhat official. Trying to make him as efficiently viable as possible to upgrade him at like the best possible way as possible. And initially this doesn't look like it's... Oh shoot, they do cover everything. Well, let's spitball for a second. We're going to do a new character. Picture? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go with a off-the-hand recommendation on this one. That's going to be... What did he say? Speed and endurance, was it? I forgot what the guy had mentioned. Shoot. 3. I'm gonna have to watch the guy's video back. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on this. Because, yeah, this can get a little complex, but I kind of know a general gist of what I want for the character. And I've never been able to actually make the character that I wanted to. So, we're going to bring this over to non-Overwatch. My leg is still doing it. I took my mind off of it, and now I thought about it again, and my leg's killing me. I made the mistake of not walking around in my hospital room, so my leg is like not used to all the stress I put on. But like, holy crap. Alright. Always use that character name. Not really anything I want to change as far as that goes, but his hair, first off, increase that length. Yeah, windbound pretty much looks it. Robe knot, no. Natural. Loose. Windbound seems good. Yeah, it can be. Just depends on what you're doing. We're gonna go, obviously, as black as the night. That'll do. Eyes are brown. Reduce that age a little bit. Might be a little too young there. I don't want to make him baby-faced, but he needs to be a little bit more rugged, and I think that's about the good balance right there. Alright, so there's my Imperial. He doesn't need to do much. Yeah, I don't need the tutorials. Is there any way to skip out on that? Attention to my leg again. It's just shooting up. It's not painful, but oh my god. Right. Here we go. Just trigger that because there's no skills in here that I want. I might have to make this a challenge run so that I can make it something. Like a series. Don't skip out on key dialogue. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah, this guy's just a jerk. For you.
My job right now is to get you to safety. What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
Stay
Good.
put, prisoner.
Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you.
Have you?
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
Oh boy.
Then the stars were right. This is the day. Gods give me strength. Assassins attack my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
And who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Why am I in jail?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
What should I do?
You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it on the other side.
This doesn't
Like this is your
concern
lucky
you,
day.
prisoner.
Just stay out of our way.
Gloves up left. Protect the Emperor.
The captain's down. Take them down!
For the Emperor! Oblivion take you!
Hey, can you?
Stand aside, prisoner. Are you all right, sire?
This doesn't...
She's dead. Sorry, sire.
There's trouble ahead.
Where's here? Don't know. It's too late. Back now. Don't worry, son. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow.
This way. Excuse me. You can tell it's old by both design and also because the game's old. I actually do like the aesthetic feel from this game still. To be 100% sincere, this game holds up. It still does. Like, even if it's not the best game to hold through time, it's still one of the best of all time. Because it pioneered what would come later. with everything that you can truly do in this game, and with everything that it kind of introduced, yeah, exactly. A charming aesthetic is actually a great way of describing it. Yeah, there's different ways you can come out of this, and I'm not making a stealth character. I'm making a combat character. A little bit boring, but, you know, Imperial stat bonuses and everything. Yeah, I just had my athletics increase, really? All I did was walk around. Whoa. Perfect timing on my end. Well, it looks like I won't be getting anything from there. Oh, really? Almost can't see anything. Kind of intentional, though. It's the only way to really balance things out a bit. Yeah, as I was saying. 2005, I think, actually. But... It's a big game. Hmm. 3 hits, respectable. Alrighty then. I'm sorry, Slinger. I wish you could have stayed a little longer so we could talk, but... whatchamacallit, I understand. Well, I appreciate you coming by anyway. I appreciate everybody who is watching for the time being. I am going to continue playing for a little bit longer. Grab some water real quick. And sorry about not talking more often. I'm going to make it a point to talk more. I don't really have a specific goal in mind. If you guys want me to do something in particular while I'm playing this game, this is going to be one of the ones I will be playing to kind of avoid Overwatch's competitive stress for a while. easy game to pick up. Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm glad you reminded me. I think that my work schedule shouldn't be increasing too far. So I think I can play tomorrow. I think I can play on Thursday. Friday I begin working again, and then like on those weekends. So, iffy. I should be clear though. Should be. So my work schedule is not immediately picking up, but it will be picking up, so just be aware of that. Well, just, do you want me to make this a character progression series, kind of like a playthrough for my Imperial character? Because what I'm aiming for is kind of like what I mean. Okay, so maybe a little bit of elaboration can help. I enjoy the D&D storytelling portion of things that they do. I've never played D&D, but I enjoy storytelling. So when I played this game, I made my character. His name is Macrodivianos. He was an Imperial, and initially he used to be an assassin, until I replaced him with a Dark Elf character. So I built this entire persona for the character. He's an Imperial Knight-ish. He's technically part of the Imperial Legion. You can't really join the Legion in this game. You can only do it in Skyrim. But he serves the Empire. He's pretty much like the stereotypical combat character of one sword, one shield. So I built on his character. The problem is that I never really worked out his stats. So he doesn't really have... Actually, if we go back over here. There we go. So he doesn't really have any skills that I always nailed in the coffin. But he's supposed to be a warrior character. And you can make him a knight, and you can make custom classes. Problem is I never have anything set in stone, and I like to change some things from time to time. Exactly. My main dude, my MC if you call him that, is supposed to be a Lawbringer. But because Lawbringer only exists in Fallout 3, and some of the aesthetics, it's very hard to kind of do it in later games, but same difference. Yeah, now this guy's gonna come. I'm surprised he didn't get hit by that. Dang it. Stupid bear pelt! Picked up a bear pelt like an idiot. But yeah, I'd probably talk with you guys on the stats before doing anything myself. That'd be kind of fun, make this a playthrough character. Now, if I had multiple character slots like Skyrim, then I would be making more characters too and just doing that along the same route, but... I could use a different profile and make like maybe an assassin character and just up my stealth for a while in the main dungeon. That'd be kind of funny. Cause a little bit of confusion while I'm at it. Warhammer at that point. £5 is going to be fun. Oh my god, it was just lockpicks. But first off, yeah, those fit.
Help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before we do that? We need to get
Here they come
scraps.
again! Damn it! It's that prisoner again! Kill him! He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us. They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
And realisticness with my character, he doesn't really worship the Nine. That goes into the role-playing aspect. I don't know, I don't think about it.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
So, you would usually do either the warrior or the steed, but there's actually a very good mention as to why you should choose the lady, because you're already going to have a lot of combat abilities. So why not willpower and endurance as boosts, so that you have a little extra magic to work with your restoration, and endurance increases your health and stamina. So I'm going to give that a try this time.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
What about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the lady shall fortify you in your quest for glory.
You see my fate?
My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosha's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this, I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Where are we going?
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
You may as well make yourself useful. Carry that torch and stick close. We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan. My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it.
Okay.
Stick close and let us do our job. We'll be all right.
You thought the Emperor's in danger! This one's mine! This one's mine!
The Emperor's in danger!
Hallows preserve us.
Protect the Emperor! Right, forward for the dragon!
Oblivion!
I meant to swing to take a swing, but I put my weapon away.
The Emperor's in danger! Watch! Protect the Emperor!
I pick up one vial.
For the
Let's
blades
get this.
and the Emperor!
I mean, I'm just letting them clear the path themselves. They're not able to die right now. Just get rid of the bear pelt, for God's sakes. The bear pelt is like 8 pounds of nothing. I mean, it fetches good money, but let's be honest, I have another method.
I don't like this. Let me take a look.
I have a method of getting high amounts of gold when I come to it, so... Yeah. They don't catch that much gold either, so...
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
For the Emperor!
Emperor!
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him, and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Straight down.
Oh, there it is.
We fail.
The amulet. The amulet.
I didn't mean to skip it.
True heir of the blood to wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
I must take it to Joffrey.
Joffrey? He said that? Why?
There's another heir.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so immediately, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral. First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were headed. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
Okay, this is the part where I need to actually watch that video. Give me 1 second.
Hello everyone, I'm Pacific.
Don't care, bro. Just so that we can all watch it. Give me like 2 seconds.
The Casual Gamer, and welcome back to the Oblivion New Builds. This is where you've picked a and your 2. Normally you have 7 major skills, but I'm going to give you and willpower. 2 attributes are going to be endurance and willpower. Normally you have your sign is going to be the lady for the endurance and willpower. You're going to pick stealth specialization. So right off the bat you got 3 bases covered. And your 2 attributes are going to be endurance and willpower. Normally you have 7 major skills, but I'm going to give you 4. The other 3 I would like you to shove in just skills that you want to experiment with. So if it's block or blunt or some magic, go for it. Your 4 skills are going to be blade, mercantile, heavy armor, and restoration. Now, if you want to go with maces, swap out blade for blunt. But this character is kind of built for you to learn, but heavy armor, go for it. Your 4 skills are going to be blade, mercantile, heavy armor, and restoration. Now, if you want to go with maces, swap out blade for blunt. But this character is kind of built for you to learn, but also is just kind of like, let's take everything overpowered and put it together. So, except for mercantile. Mercantile is weird. So, mercantile is there so that you make more money on the things that you go get from raiding. This character is excellent for dungeon raiding. Like, just in general, you have the blade and the heavy armor. So, blade or blunt. And heavy armor is really good for combat, and you have restoration so that you don't die. What's also nice is you have willpower. A lot of willpower. You have it from the lady and the attributes. So even though you might not have a lot of magic, it's going to recharge fast and allow you to cast extra spells that you normally couldn't in every combat situation. Plus you're going to have a lot of endurance, which means that, well, you're going to have more health. Endurance is like the insane coup de grace attribute that you always level up to 100 because it gives you health. And because of the stealth specialization, if you decide to experiment with sneaking, it's going to be a little bit easier. Because you're not going to have like 5 sneak and just be a freaking ogre trying to sneak up on like ninja. That never works. It will never work. An ogre sneaking up on a ninja never works. And that's it for this build, guys. If you see, you know, with this character, especially with this character, if you want to experiment with magic, go for it. Because
so that does explain a lot. Let me go back for a second. So stealth specialization, willpower, and endurance, and then I have blade, heavy armor, mercantile, and restoration. That's actually how you pronounce it, by the way. I'm willing to take a dump on security. Okay. So I'm thinking 3 stats. So I have 4 out of the 7. Armor, so I can maintain everything. Marksman, so that I can see at a range. So, what's going on, Nora? I didn't actually realize that was someone new. I am so sorry. I should have responded sooner. That's my apology. I am in the sewers, currently finishing up my character. So he pretty much has everything. Like, his heavy armor is going to be good. The blade's going to be good. I'm going to get blocked by proxy anyway, just for having it, so I'm not worried about that building itself up. And if it doesn't build up, then my heavy armor gets built up. So armor is a no-brainer. And marksman is a no-brainer. So now the question is, what other stat should I put it in? Acrobatics. He's not supposed to be a high jumper, and either way, I don't need it. Alchemy. I don't really do that anyway. Alteration. Nah. Athletics. I might. No, because I'm gonna run everywhere anyway. Don't really want to use blunt. Apart from restoration, I don't want to use any magic. Hand to hand would be fun. Well, the shield is going to come hand in hand anyway, and I'm going to be using it. No matter what, my shield is going to be used, so that stat is going to go up no matter what. The reason I want heavy armor and blade on the first one is because it'll increase my damage, and it'll increase my defense with heavy armor. I'm always going to have a shield, though. So it's going to go up no matter what since I'm in combat, and that's going to just level naturally. So I can save myself a stat by putting it into another area that might struggle a little bit more. And I'm thinking either speechcraft or security for some reason, but security would be more practical. But now nobody will like me. He's an Imperial anyway. Speechcraft is like one of his stronger suits. And I have the Emperor's voice. I may as well put that to use. Yeah. Security might help. Speechcraft then. This is where the 5-second delay comes in. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I think that's how you spell it? Hold on a minute. If I have to redo everything. Okay, no, I spelled it right.
Really? I would never have guessed. Still, I don't think you'll have any trouble with Rascal.
Of course you wouldn't have guessed. I just made the entire thing up. Oh, excuse me. After the sewers, then what?
You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Wayne and Priory immediately. Got it?
No. No, explain more? Nah, I understand.
Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed.
What about you? What will you do?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body and make sure no one follows you. You better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades. Leave the Emperor in peace.
It's a cheese wheel. Showing my low acrobatics. Oh my god. Just two-pieced him. I can see you! One hit? I mean, okay. See what I mean? Alright. This is the first official save. So now I have a question. Fast travel or no fast travel? I don't mind taking the long way, but that might lead to some trouble if I try to power through sometimes. In fact, you know what? Hold up a minute. It's big. I forgot so too. Let me get the area here. I'll give it a little more time. Slaughterfish! Slaughterfish! No problems. But bandits. Oh, that was easy. I'll take your pants. Ah. Rats. I took an apple and I'm already over encumbered. Come on. Yeah, nothing I can unfortunately bring with me. Alright, so the reason I'm asking about fast travel is because if I have fast travel enabled, then that means that I can pretty much go anywhere on the map, and that'd be easy mode. I want to try and do something different. And that if I do decide to do no travel mode, that means I get to now explore the entire wilderness, I get to get into those encounters, and it gets to create a little dynamic of urgency where if it's like I need to actually go anywhere, then I'm not going to just get there instantaneously and end the mission. It's going to have travel time. I'm going to encounter enemies. I'm going to increase my athletics because I'm going to be walking, jumping with acrobatics, and then swimming, more athletics. It's just a different experience. And I know it's doable, but it can be annoying from time. Like right there, my athletics increased because I decided not to fast travel. So, just a different experience. It looks like someone else voted on something, so I'll give it a little bit more time. Let's just assume that the vote is no for the moment. Dear! No, I'm just kidding. Imagine I were like that. 50-50? Okay. Well, I have 5 consecutive viewers. If you guys are listening... Oh, well, now 4 consecutive viewers. If you guys are listening, there's a vote and a poll up right now. If you guys can help me out by giving me a vote, that'd be great. There's a dude over here, Shady Jim or whatever his name is. Oh no, he might be on that wall. Yeah, that actually might get me in, yeah. Hey guys, I just escaped from here, so yeah. You know what I find funny though? Let's quickly just have a look at that. The market district, which is where the marker is right here, is right across from the prison. Poor choice in design. I feel like I might have a blood blister on a very bad part of my tongue. Hey everyone, don't mind me. Let's see, fighting chance.
She's the best in the city. And shoot.
Hi, I have things I need to say.
Welcome to a fighting chance. I'm Rosan, proprietor. I sell the best swords in the city, and I offer advanced training for armorers.
Let me see
Have a look around.
what you got.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
There we go, steel. I need a silver one, but I don't have the gold for it, so we're going to sell rusty iron bow, steel short sword,
A fine trend.
rough leather boots.
That's a fair.
I'm not going to be able to get a full set of armor immediately. You'll take those, but I can get a higher price at another merchant that actually sells those stuff. So I'll just sell you the vase and go back over here to get that steel longsword.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And then steel helmet would be better, but also more expensive. I have a way of getting free armor that'll help me in the beginning, but then I can't repair it.
Thank you. Take care.
But now for the real thing.
Greetings.
time for a little bit of fashion scrolls. So, blacksmith's pants. I can deal with the rusted felt outfit. Eh.
You've come to...
Don't care.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all
Okay,
cities.
so bam, bam,
You got
bam,
that
bam,
seems a fair price.
bam, bam, bam.
That seems a fair price.
Bam, bam,
That's more
bam.
than
Got some extra gold out of it, so.
another. Farewell.
Another satisfied customer, she says.
Welcome to... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. Drive a hard bargain.
Alright.
Tell your...
Whoops.
Let's do business.
Alright, so. Cheapest. Something like absorb fatigue? No, that's gonna be.
I wouldn't make...
Most expensive scroll you're selling. It's gonna be 25.
You t... Two. Yeah, let me catch up real quick. It's what's going on over here? Paladin, I'm gonna go to sleep. Ah. Alrighty then, Sage. I'm glad that you stuck around as long as you did. To answer that question right, I've never played Baldur's Gate, and I don't have any desire to, unfortunately. 50-50 split. I'll leave it going. Oh, whoa. Well, I guess I'm fast traveling. It's whoever put in the third vote. So just to clarify, if fast travel is enabled, it means that I am fast traveling, which means I'm not walking everywhere. So just be aware, that's what it means. I'll give it a little more time in case someone wants to change their vote real quick. But as far as Baldur's Gate 3, I've never really played the game, and nor do I have a desire to. What do you want? What can I interest you in?
That seems You've made a good bit of gold. You too.
Did I get... No, I didn't. Okay.
Welcome to... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. Got That's more than... Thank you for your business. Bye. Good day. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Money making.
Fine. Let's do business. You too. I hope I can. Can I interest you in some of my wares? That's more. You too. Welcome to... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you. That seems a fair. You've made a good...
I don't know. But it's too much fun. I just need the money, man. It's a purely legitimate means of obtaining money. I better make this a little quicker somehow. A little painstaking, but I need to make sure I don't accidentally grab the wrong thing. Wow, I'm still missing some. Lose you. Oh my god. There you are. Bro, come on. Why? Why did you have to walk over here because you saw me behind your counter?
Good day.
Yeah, good day indeed.
Can I interest you
jerk.
in some of my wares?
No.
X. That. So that. That. See. That. Good.
Phases 1.3 million under the floor. Oh my god, no. I would cry. First off, good math on your part. Because I actually missed what the number was. Also, my mercantile skill is just going to go through the roof in this one. It's probably not. Oh my god, I actually would. I would cry a little bit.
See.
That wouldn't be 1.3 million.
That's just not reasonable.
Shut up, bro. 129 plus 66. I would just have under 200,000.
That's a...
Which is fine.
That... See, that's a good... That... See...
I mean, the full value... I'm also selling it to a merchant that only has 1,000 gold. Technically, I could probably bring it to... Yeah, I'll end the poll now because it looks like we got more votes in on that. Yeah, I could technically bring this to another merchant and get more. So you know what? I'm going to do that. I still have 110. So...
Farewell.
Yeah, he likes me because we made a ton of good deals. So I have to go to Anvil. Let's not do that. I think a fighting chance has...
Do you want something from me?
No, I don't. No.
How do you do?
Welcome to a... What can I interest you
Yeah,
in?
1,200 gold. There we go.
You can make...
128. Yeah, I'm gonna go way more.
Seems... You can...
Plus, I like her a lot better than the elf dude.
You got it. Drive. You made a good. Good and that excellent. The fit. You got it. You got it. You got it. That's the fit. That's the fit. You can made a see. And that excellent seems that's more than I usual. You made it, and that excellent seems you made it, and that's I can't do that. seems the.
I'm trying to make this go faster, but it sometimes doesn't register my bumper hit, so...
You can.
Alright, so it looks like I'm fast traveling.
A good. Right.
Good. Good. Seems good. That seems a fair price. What can I interest you in?
You know, well, definitely me, but let me,
I'm Bernarda. Can I interest you in some of my wares? That's a good deal.
No shields? Really? Well, you know what, I mean, I would have just done a full iron set, but...
Farewell.
I need pants. Yeah, you know what?
Go ahead, please. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
We're going to sell my steel and trade it for iron.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Iron boots. Oh, I
let that go.
I mean, at the very least...
Sure. Fine.
Stupid. Okay. So, boots, cuirass, gauntlets, greaves, helmet, shield. I have the rest of them in rusty form, but I'm going to save those and put them in my home. And...
Tell your friends about...
Oh, wait,
May I
sell...
interest you in some of my fine wares?
Yeah, I'm going to get silver anyway, so sell the iron.
An excellent bargain. Fair.
Alright, what weighs 50 pounds and I can drop to help? Short answer's nothing! Yo, did it? Yo, I just lost my rusty iron. Wow. Well, you know what? If I lost my rusty iron stuff, then you know what? Who cares? It sucks. Office of Imperial Commerce, perfect. The Gilded... So this is... I forgot what was it.
May I help you?
No.
I have everything for the budding alchemy.
Oh.
Take care.
Herbal slap. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
I need to level up in order to get steel consistently. Wait.
Herbal slap. I offer the finest good till. Goodbye.
Alright. Let's buy our home here.
Venetia? Why? Really? You too. Good to I'm so hungry. Thank you, kind. Blessings of Akatosh upon ye. Good to see you. How goes it? What? What's new with you? They say
what?
Say, you look like.
No, we're good.
You too. May I help you? May I interest you in some of my fine wares? Good Tertullian? Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in? Fine. Should. Good day.
Feel free to. I'll buy just about anything for the right price. Excellent deal. There they.
Oh, and then one other thing. Does everybody need a copy of the Black Horse Courier? Also, I do need to get some spells from a dude. Restoration.
Well met.
Edgar Votri. May I interest you in some of my fine wares? Bye.
And shields.
Stonewall. Let's do business.
Be seeing you.
Alright. So I just got my home. I just increased my acrobatics. I have yet to level up. I think I'm still level 1, right? Yep, level 1. I'm not even midway. Oh my god.
You have my ear, citizen.
What?
Hello to you too. So something I didn't actually know.
Talented smith. I'm glad he'll train others in the skill.
You don't say. The Fighters Guild is recruiting again. Not a bad way to make some money. If you've got the stones for it.
You think?
Good day.
Farewell.
Oh. Here we go.
I don't know who you are.
You what? Wait, you're serious, aren't you? All right. It's your funeral. Welcome to the arena, you filthy pit dog. Now let me give you your battle ring. Here, wear it proud. And keep it in good condition, would you? That way I can give it to some other suicidal idiot after you're dead. Just let me know when you're ready for a match. That's Isabel Andronicus, crabby old woman who sits over there. She's dear to me, so if you wrong her in any way, I'll rip your damn liver out. You fight for the blue team. You fight against the yellow team. In order to fight in the arena, you must wear an arena battle raiment. The battle raiment covers your entire body. You can use your own helmet, shield, and weapon, so choose those items wisely. The battle raiment's already enchanted, so you can't muck with it. But aside from that, anything goes. Magic, stealth, whatever you need to win. You can compete in the arena any day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Just come to me. Tell Tell me you're ready for a match, and away you'll go. Got it? Good. If you actually manage to win a fight, don't get any ideas about looting your opponent's corpse. That's strictly forbidden. Get a move on.
God damn it. I mean, I could come back for it. Just kind of wish that I could have dropped off some of my armor before I did that. And this is where fast traveling is going to come in real handy. Streaking in the moonlight.
Creatures. I avoid those things whenever I can.
Busy man, what it...
All right.
is 1 a.m. I don't want to be just sitting here doing nothing, so tomorrow for certain I will be playing as long as they don't add a schedule last minute. So I'm going to call it for this evening and I'll be back on tomorrow. But it'll be the Imperial playthrough. I'll be coming up with a more solid plan. But I'm going to do this. I always like doing new things, and it's always like I can't see it through to the end, but this one should be a little easier. Because I've done Oblivion 1,000,001 times, I may as well. So, power leveling is going to be fun. I'm only a level 1 in this character still, so. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Hope you guys all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and it's great to be back. I'm not even going to lie. I feel great. Kind of miss streaming and playing video games, so I totally miss this. Have a good night.